Let's go, let's go, let's go. How's it going, y'all? It is July. Hopefully, y'all are surviving any hangovers from yesterday or the day before or the weekend before or whatever. Um, on Monday was actually my anniversary with Nick. So we celebrated that and feeling a little bit hungover yesterday. Um, but good today. So I'm going to go ahead and start saying hi to some of the peeps. Five Fingers, of course. What's up, Kilco? Live long and prosper, buddy. Janelle, how's it going? Christine Vasco, happy first Wednesday Whiskey Mountains live stream. I almost delayed it till next week, but I was like, let's just get this going, get it in the works, get it done. So I was able to make it in time, so it works. And speaking of it being Wednesday, I'm wearing a very appropriate shirt. On Wednesdays, we drink whiskey. Um, I'm not into pink, so I don't wear pink on Wednesdays. But I'll happily drink whiskey on Wednesdays. Taste and sensibility, Doug Crisp. So thanks to you on my anniversary, that was my favorite pour. And I had like actually two pours of it, was the Little Book Chapter 3. So a while back, he sent me a blind flight, and by far my favorite in it, and I had no idea, what was in it, was this Little Book Chapter 3. And I was like, man, this is like the best Jim Beam ever made kind of thing. And I didn't even know what it was. And it was this. And so he just recently sent me the rest of the bottle, which was freaking awesome. So I got to have some of that on my anniversary. And that is legit. The Chapter 3 was like the one that was like a bit more aged and kind of top selection of Basil Hayden's, Knob Creek, Baker's, and maybe Booker's. I think like all their sort of normal bourbon, but more aged and just like blended perfectly together. And so it's just excellent, excellent stuff. So thank you. John T, what's up? John Trombetta, the first person to enter into the Alzheimer's fundraiser. I freaking appreciate you so much. And I just actually updated on my prize list and saw your email. So I'm going to email you back after this. But thank you, y'all. There is a Midwinter Nights Dram. I think it was Act 5 in the prize lineup for the Alzheimer's fundraiser. So, you know what I was going to do? I was going to make a banner, but I didn't. So, X-Nay and the Upus Day. Also, we're using my new mic. I think I have it with the front towards me this time. So, let me know if it sounds any better. And also, it's picking up a lot of extra. I have this plugged in because to me, it sounds like it's picking up like a fan noise or something, which is really annoying. And I don't know how to fix that. I keep playing around with it. Doesn't matter what I do. So I might have to just film or whatever in my closet to not get background noise. Doug H, what is up? Stacy, 4-Leaf Whiskey is also here. How's it going, y'all? I'm like, sorry, I'm all over the place. Tim Corney, Shimina Purr, Sugar Kitty, how's it going? I do have a flight already poured that I'll start getting into in a sec. But because after this is Mash and Drum, and I have the link posted in the description. And after that tonight is Women of Whiskeys doing Japanese whiskeys, and that's 11 p.m. Eastern. So pretty much after 2 hours of Mash and Drum, you can get some Women of Whiskeys. So whatever that time works out for you. What is up? Mark S. Aaron Pierce. Sorry, I have terrible eyesight, so let's just zoom in a little bit. Canadian Chris. Cheers, eh? How's it going? Best ever. Do I not need that bottle for? Okay, one of the best evers. So, and I do have that written down. I'm about to be mentioning that. Just wanted to say hi to some people first, and then we're going to get into some of the really cool details about the Alzheimer's fundraiser, with literally up to the minute updates from just today. So, hey, salud! Happy Whiskey Mountains. Yes, I'll take that. Whiskey Mountains Wednesday. It's only once a month. But you are going to get on July 23rd a Whiskey Mountains Sunday with some pals for the Alzheimer's fundraiser. Hey, Leo Chubb, what's up? How's it going? Tommy D. I don't hear any fan on this. Okay, it doesn't sound, for me, it just has this like weird fan type sound, but cool. No background noise. Okay, cool. That means I don't have to wear these stupid headphones anymore. Hopefully that didn't do anything weird. It could have. You never know. Everything like changes the setting behind your back. Yeah, okay. Looks like it's still keeping the Yeti as my thing. Not getting background. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, y'all. It's always like hard using a mic, especially if you're by yourself, because it's like I tried recording it, but I kept not hearing the differences between the things I was trying. I don't know. So whatever. So I have gotten to say hi to most of the people. Hey, Paul Gazella. Maybe I'm overdoing it. Maybe it's just Gazella. How's it going? Welcome. Tommy D, thank you. Still good. Cheers. Sweet. Did I say hi to Tim Corney? I'm mad at myself if I didn't. Hello, Tim Corney. So, but yeah, so this month is finally the Alzheimer's fundraiser. As a reminder, the first year I did this was 2 years ago, and we raised over $11,000. And then last year we raised over $16,000, which is just like mind blowing. And ever since, like I've been doing this in the Whiskey Tube community, I've been seeing like other fundraisers build up and stuff. And so like we haven't just raised a bunch of money for Alzheimer's, like the Whiskey Tube community has raised money for someone with pancreatic cancer, for someone with breast cancer, and I think like the extras of that went towards breast cancer like research fund. Like just recently we had a leukemia and lymphoma one this past Saturday. Like there's a an amazing one for like suicide prevention to write love on her arms, that Stuff and Whiskey does every year. Like there's just some really cool ones. I'm like, it's so cool what this community does. So like I'm very, very proud and very excited for the Alzheimer's fundraiser. Having said that, there are a lot more fundraisers nowadays, giveaways and spots to put your money and spots to donate your bottles to and everything. So like I'm okay, and I hope everybody else is cool with like if the Alzheimer's fundraiser doesn't beat last year's or whatever, it's not a competition. You know, like we're just doing it because it's a great way to have some fun and do something meaningful with a whiskey channel. Like, and for me, this is my life. Like I do Alzheimer's research. I love doing this whole cause. So but I just want to say I'm already like getting that paranoia of like, oh, people are going to expect more and more and more. But there's so many great causes that are going on more and more now in the Whiskey Tube community. So, you know, realistic expectations is what I'm saying. However, yeah, exactly. $1 billion. Show the bottles for. I'll get some pictures and put them on the website. So, but yeah, I'm gonna mention those now. So, oh, thanks so much, Lil. So, speaking of, we've had, I think so far I've already got like over 20, 23, 24 bottles donated like as prizes for the fundraiser. So, and Chris Tats has been mega at work. So if you don't know him, him and Lil are down in Australia, and we got to meet them last year when they came to the States in Vegas, but they went across the country, and they're coming back in September. And but super cool. Chris has managed to find and is willing to donate a Stag Junior Batch 1, like the first ever release of Stag Junior is going to be in this giveaway. And we're thinking to maybe do that as a separate auction or a separate raffle. We're still like figuring out those details, how that's going to work. But as of today, there is also, he talked to the Jim Beam like representative there in Australia. This is where it pays to know people who have connections, because I do not have I have connections to people with connections. But he talked to the Jim Beam rep in Australia, and that guy is willing to donate a bottle of the Jim Beam 1795 release. So that's the release that has like this really cool, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it comes in this really cool box, but it also has like this whole metal thing going on around the bottle. And it was a special release that I'm pretty sure wasn't actually released in the United States. And I think it's partly because there were issues with it being called 1795 and that looked too much like 1792. Whatever. It's dumb that we didn't get to have it. But it was like this big special, I think like 200-year commemorative bottle sort of thing. And like this guy is willing to donate that to this fundraiser, which is like the coolest thing for me as a huge Jim Beam fan. So, and I did get to have a sample from the bottle that Chris got for himself. He was able to send me a sample, and me and Big Vic got to try them together. So good. Oh my God, it's so good. Like, obviously, it's a special bottle, special prize, but legit, what you're getting inside it is freaking delicious. So that's two that might be like their own separate like raffle or auction. And actually, I'm part of today's stream is about getting y'all's opinions. Like, my thing about an auction is one, it puts the pressure to have like one person who's just able to, bid that much money on the one bottle kind of thing, as opposed to a raffle where you can just be like, okay, I'm willing to buy this many tickets specifically for this bottle. Like, it wouldn't be for the whole thing. They would be separate tickets. But then I have to figure out a way to indicate that, that these entries are for the whole giveaway and these entries are for the raffle kind of deal, and double check that like we got that right and everything, which I could probably come up with a way to do that. But I guess, like, what are people's opinions on these auctions during like the fundraisers and stuff? To me, it feels like very stressful and like, oh, there's a lot of pressure. But I get that like some people find it really fun, and it's fun to see the numbers go back and forth and whatever. I don't know. I don't know. So thanks, Tim Carney. Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't have to be better and better and better than it was. Like, it's the community getting together, raising a bunch of money for Alzheimer's, which is my lifelong passion. Like, it, as long as we do it, it's awesome. If we raise $1,000, that's $1,000 going to freaking Alzheimer's. Like, that's more than I'd be able to donate, just on my own. So that's what I couldn't remember, if it was just like the number or like the font, which to me, the font looks fairly different from regular 1792. But I guess it was similar enough, which I don't know. I just think it's crazy. Like, if you can't tell that you're buying, and it's a completely different bottle shape and everything, and it's silver instead of gold, like, it's a pretty different whole shebang than the 1792 packaging, but is what it is. And so it was all overseas, but that also makes it even that much more of a unique prize that you could win in this fundraiser. So what is up, Em? How you doing? Thank you so much. Freaking love her. She's awesome. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, no, it was released in the US from what Fred knows. It was not released in the US, right? From what it said to me, it was one of the last projects run by his dad, Booker, to celebrate. Yeah, okay, so it was 200 years of beam distilling, because they started in 1795. And wow, yeah, so it's like this was the last thing his dad made, which is just really freaking cool. Start the auction next year so you have more time to think about it and work out the kinks. The raffle the way it is. It's a possibility. I know he's going to he'll be able to bring it though this fall. And I have, a few weeks to like get it nailed in. I just got to really like talk to the people who are going to wrench for me. And so that we can chat about, maybe using like Google Forms, which I've seen used for these things before, that kind of deal. Special bottles could be done with higher price tickets. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, the tickets that you get are through just, you make a donation to the Walk to End Alzheimer's through my like Teams page, and we just count that up and divvy that up into how many tickets. One thing I could do though is make like a separate thing, like a separate team, or like a GoFundMe kind of thing that's like its own separate entity. And so if you donate through the regular website, that's for the whole thing. If you donate through the GoFundMe or this other link, that I would post there, like that would be during the stream, and that would be, okay, those raffle tickets will go towards the, the special prize, one of the special prizes. So we could do something like that, or we could do like a Google form, or we could do just like the auction type thing. But it does sound like some people are kind of also leaning towards the way of raffles, where it's like, I could put in a little bit. I can't put in this huge amount, but I could put in a little bit and get a chance at a special cool bottle. So I think that separating the big ticket bottles would be a good idea. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And Chris already definitely made that clear. Like, he wants these to be their own, and I think they deserve to be their own standalone prizes. So, and that's something that's like, look, you can enter this raffle to win one of all of these long list of bottle prizes, which are all also great. Or you can, or you can enter to win one of these really special auction prizes kind of deal. So, and I'm sure they'll stir up some drama, whatever. I don't care. I'm just going to make the decision that I think will work the best with, and talk to the wrenches about it. But I'm just curious to see like how other people feel. Are other people stressed out by the idea of an auction also? Or is that just me? Is that just like a weird, I would never have money for an auction thing, so it stresses me out. Say raffles for the special bottles are less pressure for the audience watching. Right. Live auctions can lead to bad decisions by those not used to them. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. People might be like, oh, I'm going to do it and I'm going to do all this. And then later be like, I was not able to afford that. What was I thinking? Whereas if you can just get the tickets. So yeah, okay. So it sounds like a lot of people are liking that, just like a separate raffle. So I'll talk with my wrenches, chat with some people in the community who I know have tracked things also and done fundraisers also, and see if maybe like a separate GoFundMe for it might be the best route. That way there's like the general link and then the special bottles link kind of thing. So are you thinking a special raffle because everybody's asking about the lamp and the bowl? Obviously, that's what the special raffle is for. There are, as of right now, 3 non-whiskey prizes. There is a freaking awesome, and I have a Knob Creek lamp made by Top Dog, but it's a whiskey bottle lamp. And then there is a bowl that's been turned by Slapshot from our community. And it's not quite finished yet, but he's almost done with it. And it's it'll be wood. He turns it himself out of wood, finishes it beautifully. And this one will have like a purple resin band around because purple's the Alzheimer's thing. I haven't even started my blind flight, but that's okay. Like the point here was, let's talk about this Alzheimer's dream, work out some of the kinks, some of the details. I do have more announcements about it that I'm excited. Are you thinking I read that. Look at this guy. What's up? How you doing? Happy 6 years. Court dog just screams, Merc. What? Oh, my bad. Getting into the conversations. I will send you a link to nonprofit action platform so you have options. Okay, cool. Yeah, that sounds good. I also want to have it as anyone can will, not just people with the deep. Yeah. So you like the idea too then of separate raffle. Okay, good. I'm liking this because I like the idea. It's a little more complicated to get set up, but I really like the idea of doing it. So, and I think it shouldn't be a problem. A lot of people hopefully will get their general entries in early, which you can already do. The link is in the description. But at any time, if you're just trying to find it and you just remembered, you just got to pay whatever, whiskeymountains.com, and you'll see the Alzheimer's fundraiser tab on there. Click that, and it has all the information, has the prize list, and it has the link for the actual donation, which is my walk to end Alzheimer's page. So doop. Hopefully whoever wins will sample them. Yeah. And also, like, if you want it in a raffle, you're more likely to immediately open it and, be willing to like maybe send out some samples to some of the others who are interested. Good evening, all of you. Hey, what's up, Michael S? I don't really know how to like hide this thing. I could get the boom thingamajiggy, but like already every time I do a live stream, I have to set up this whole area. Like none of this is normally, I don't have like a studio set up kind of thing. So trying to have to set up a boom, mic boom, whatever they're called. I'd rather just have this thing in the way, but it sounds better. And I'm hoping I do D&D on Mondays, and I'm hoping that this is going to help because that D&D is turned into a podcast, and apparently my audio has been a bit of an issue. So I don't want to be the problem anymore. But you should check out Dungeons and Drams live Monday nights. The Whiskey Dictionary is one who hosts it, but it is its own channel. And I do this with Ed from Rock Gut Review, Clifton from Bourbon Bites, and Jason from Mash and Drum, who's going on in 40 minutes. So I know the bowl is so pretty. The one he just gave away in Big Vic and Lil's is so awesome. What is Bourbon? What's up, Bourbon? What? You are not invisible. I can see you. I mean, to the extent has TOS issue. Oh, yeah, but people do it. It's a okay. I thought that was the case, but I wasn't sure if that had actually been decided or if that had been for another giveaway. So it is a Blanton's lamp. I need to write that down. That it is a Blanton's lamp. Do. Can we do auctions in live chats? People can bid with their chats, and whoever wins puts some money into the. Yeah, and we've done that in the past. So my concern with the whole auction thing was just it does kind of like limit who can even be in the fighting for it. And with like so many more big fundraisers each year, like we're definitely, the pool is getting smaller of, like how much people are able, right? So I kind of like the raffle idea because it gives more people just a chance and could still work out to raising a good amount of money and that bottle, getting to stand out and shine on its own. But the auction thing is definitely a lot more straightforward. So, but if I have like one ranch whose job is just those raffle tickets, I think we could make that work and, its own link. I wish that the Walk to End Alzheimer's like did like, where you could put a comment with it so you could say what you wanted it entered for, but not a thing. Okay, let me make sure I'm not. Yes, Bourbon, he is weird. Missing anything. What's up, Scott? Speaking of wrenches, I'll be reaching out to you. So he has helped me track things in the past. And people have to wait. Yeah, that'll be something I make very clear also as I advertise it that will be delayed. So those bottles won't arrive in the States until September. So that would be insane, especially with all the taxes and all that stuff. Oh my God. So I know it's huge. I need to work on the perspective with this mic. So, or just like figure out a different table setup. I don't know. Figuring out like my studio setup. You would think I'd have that figured out by now, but still no. But speaking of studio setups, yeah, like I think it's fun. It's just, making sure it's simple enough for people to participate in, but clear enough that nothing gets screwed up and nobody gets screwed out of it or anything. So yeah. Oh, I did miss that, but yes, awesome. Okay, cool. That'll be very, very helpful. So especially with this whole separate raffles thing, Bourbon, wrenching. You're still Bourbon to me. You will always be Bourbon to me. So sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But speaking of studios, as far as this Women of Whiskey, I'm reading my Glen as I pick it up. As far as this Alzheimer's fundraiser, for the first time ever, I'm going to get to do it with other people, like aside from Nick. Because actually that weekend, Mike Stahl and his wife from Livewire Whiskey are going to be visiting the Davillars in Idaho from Women of Whiskeys. So the Davillars invited Nick and I up. And so we're actually going to do the Alzheimer's fundraiser from their bar, which they have an amazing bar. If you've never watched Women of Whiskeys, what are you doing with your life? But so we're going to do it there and like actually get to do it with other people. Let me start digging into this blind flight. Oh, Whiskey Central. Well, orange. Thanks, Sugar Kitty. You to bomb, Shayla. Cool. Let me write that down. I mean, it's funny because like with donations being available early, we're able to like have the tracker sheet like pretty, up to date before the stream starts. So, and to make it clear, you can donate at any time before the stream and during the stream, like up until prizes are called out. And you don't have to be there when the prizes are called out or even during the stream at all. By donating early, that makes sure you don't have to worry about remembering. You don't have to do it at the last minute. You don't have to be there for the stream or anything. The link is already up. WhiskeyMountains.com is the easiest way to find it. It's in my description also, but you can find that at any time and get in there early if you want. So you don't have to, but just if you want to. There's no bonus to it or anything. But Christine Vasco, thank you. See, this is what I mean. This community freaking rocks. Vasco's already donated 2 bottles for this giveaway. And still she's like, I can, jump in and help wrench and stuff. So, like when you freaking kicked me out of your stream by trying to you never did actually super wrench me. So let me start into this, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about that whole in-person thing. Do I look red? I feel like I've only drank a little bit of Knob Creek 100. So I poured this blind for myself. I'm using the whole aged in ore kit where the letters engraved on here, and then it comes with a little tabby thing, and those are on the bottles. Can't see the bottles totally, but there is and I don't want to see the tabs, but there's the Nulu Hardcore Matt Madness, a Jepson's pick by Storytime, and Livewire Whiskey, which is like, I love that pick. And the new ECBP, the B523, which we popped and I tried and wasn't crazy impressed with, but like I try to kind of not really paying that much attention, I'll be honest. So, awesome, Scott. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, okay. That's just me. It's always hard to tell with the computer and stuff. So, but yeah, so I'm using this Agent Noah kit. I just haven't done a blind flight in a while, honestly. So I just thought it would be fun. I don't know if I'm going to be too distracted to actually try to guess anything or like guess what's what. I'm kind of hoping I can tell which one is the finished one because only one of these is finished. And then if I can tell which one is the not finished MGP, aka the Jepsons, I'll feel like I'm at a good point. I don't even remember like the proof differences between these, so if it'll make much sense. Just for shits and giggles. So, and yes, I poured these for myself. Anybody who knows what a terrible memory I have will know there's no concern of me remembering which one was which, especially with the little engraved things being so small. I don't notice them when I'm pouring it, so it's whatever. KC9, KC12, KC15, easy peasy. I also have KC18, so I can make it a full. I think I've actually done that. I'm not getting a lot of no's on this. That makes me immediately wonder if it's the EC. I just wasn't super by my one try of the ECBP B523. I haven't watched any of the reviews on it yet. I plan to, especially if I do a hike with it. I kind of like to get the read on what other people, and a lot of times other people help me like nail down that flavor that I'm getting, or they don't, and they don't. I normally give credit if I got something from somebody else. It's just for fun. It's all for fucking fun. So I don't know. Okay. The link in the description didn't work for you. The Whiskey Mountains one? Crap it. Okay. As I sip this, it tastes good. I'm going to go to it and just drop it here in the thing. Link to ALZ info. Boop. Now I have to pull up YouTube to pin that so that you can all have that. But basically, oh God, which is not muted. Sorry. Hopefully this link will work. Pin message. There you go. Now that's pinned. I should have done that before the stream. I should have done a lot of things, but I did not. I did update the prize list before the stream, so props to me. Okay, cool. The link's working for me. Yeah, maybe sometimes there's just a weird issue. Also, there's multiple links in the thing, so it could be a difference in just which link you picked. But I'm kind of pitching that Whiskey Mountains one just because it's easy for people to remember, to find. Like, just go to whiskeymountains.com when you're thinking of the Whiskey Mountains fundraiser, and you'll see that there's a tab there, right there at the top, Alzheimer's fundraiser. Click that, and it has all the info, including the link for where you actually go to donate. Okay. And while you're clicking things, you might as well make sure that you have liked the stream. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That would be very cool. So, I don't know. This first one, It's okay. It's not like amazing. I'm trying to make sure none of these coins fall with my new mic because the mic is on the table. And 2 of these coins are metal. One is from Bourbon Bites because he has the best. I don't know if he has any left. He might, but his is like a retro gaming channel with whiskey, or like whiskey with a little bit of retro gaming. So he just has like these really cool where they look like old style coin tokens. And then I've got Chug Life from Livewire, which is also metal, and then this beautiful one from Big Vic that is like gray and blue. So there you go. Okay, I'm gonna sip the second one. Don't watch the reviews on that one for sure until you do. Oh, okay. Yeah, like I don't know. Sometimes I watch him. Like normally I'll try it and kind of get my opinion on what I think about it, especially indoors, because I always try to make sure I get a clear idea of what it tastes like indoors, so that my outdoor review isn't just based on the outdoors, but I can kind of give some input there because often it tastes quite different outdoors. I'll tell you, the Woodford Batch Proof, which that video is not out yet because the audio didn't work for half of it. So like most of the clips that I recorded me talking out there, there's no audio. And I can't exactly easily drive back to Glacier, hike back up to Avalanche Lake and refilm that. So I need to refilm that here and figure out how to like sort of tie that in with the video. But it was very annoying that this is really pretty. I mean, still, like you'll see the footage of Avalanche Lake, but that video would have been out had it not been for that one thing. So ooh, okay. If I was just gonna guess right there off of that first sip, I would guess this was that finished in apple brandy one. That has like this has got to be the finished one. It has this crazy weird sweetness that is not just like a typical bourbon sweetness sort of thing. And I feel like my brain's only thinking appley sweetness because I know that the finished one in here is finished in an apple brandy. Okay, thank you. I left that blank. You might see it on the site that is left blank because I wanted to come back to you and check how should I give that credit. So put next to that Scott Christie. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Let me go back to this one. It's really good though. I love that one. I've not revisited that one in a bit. I'm 99% sure that has to be the Nulu. And that was ADHD's, Nulu pick this year that kind of coincided with the whole Matt Madness hardcore thing, which was super fun. Okay. This is the third one. Ooh. I think that one's coming off weird because of the finished. It's almost coming off like more rye forward. And neither of these tasted like that first go. Let me go back to my Knob Creek, my control. But this is why you have control bourbons, to detect whether one thing is affecting something else, or is that truly like what that other thing is. Control bourbon will solve all your problems. In the words of my old PI, controls are good. Because I used to always forget them on Western blots. Science. Okay, let me see. You could do a voiceover. That's what Nick said too. It would be extremely difficult to do a voiceover that lined up. It would just be awkward. So I think I'll just explain in it. And probably during some of that, I'll just throw in some of the extra, like some of the other footage from. I definitely took a lot of footage of just Glacier in general. It's a bit bumpy of footage because I didn't pull out the gimbal to get it perfect. Mainly because I was already slowing everybody else down. That's why I like hiking by myself. I was already slowing everybody else down just by like needing to film anyways. And pulling out the gimbal and getting it all balanced and getting it set up and back and forth each time would have really slowed down everybody. So they were all great and patient and awesome. But I don't want to stretch it. Do. But yeah, I'll probably just like throw some extra footage over when I'm talking about it at home. So I know of 4 bottles of the Jim Beam, and the 3 were brought over for friends, and 1 on the top shelf. A friend knows, man. Wow, that is freaking crazy. Aiden, yes, and I'm planning on getting back to you because I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate this, and could it be incorporated kind of totally as the whole thing. But I do really like the idea. But it was like, oh, look, I kept like seeing it and going to respond and being like, well, let me talk to Michelle about this idea and like, how can I incorporate it into the thing? Which brings me back to, we're filming this at the Davilars, which is super freaking cool. It's going to be like, I'm really excited that, for me, like the coolest thing about the fundraiser is that it's, you know, so by the community. Hold on. I'm still trying to compare while I talk about the fundraising and pick y'all's brains for ideas. Knob Creek is still delicious. Okay, now that Knob Creek is still delicious again, back to that third one. Better that time, but still weird. I think that might be the Jepson's MGP one. It's coming up very different than just like ECBP bourbon. I think I'm just like super familiar with, you know, ECBPs. I'm not getting that cherry note that you often get from ECBPs. I'm not getting that woodier note, that more like caramel, more like down the road bourbon. It's very much more veered off course. And it's so funny to me how your palate changes from day to day, because other days, this is like my favorite freaking bourbon. Today, not hitting me as well. If it's that one, or I'm just completely wrong. So there's also, you know, all those possibilities. Hey, noise might be a stabilization option for Z edits. No, there is, but they can only do so much. It can only do some. And when I change the speed of the edits, which I often do, it can't be applied to different speeds. So there is that. Do an internationally awkward voiceover, like a, oh, that would be fun. Oh, I could do something like that. There's an app to help you stabilize your voice. Someone does. Yeah, and there's a thing, it's called Warp Stabilizer, which cracks me up because it sounds very Star Trek in Adobe Premiere Pro, that does help stabilize. But the difference still between that and having just used a gimbal isn't like, I love the gimbal. It's just a lot of work out there on the trail to use it. So I like to have it already set up and kind of on a shorter hike because it's going to take up more time to use. But the footage you get from it just looks so professional and so good. Even when I do the stabilization, and my camera has a stabilization function in it, I do the after editing stabilization. You just can only fix it so much. Like, the fact is, I am hiking on a bumpy, you know, avoiding the rocks and the roots and trying not to fall while focusing on trying to hold the camera just right. You can only do so much. But yeah, thanks, y'all. Gimbal sounds like you're just into weird things. You'll have to wear Star Trek. Oh, that would be fun. I don't know how I would tie that in, though. I have done a Star Trek. It was for Halloween. I did an ECBP one. So I have done a Vulcan one before, because you got to be Vulcan. So what was I talking about? Oh, the fact that the fundraiser is going to be, I want to try this one more time, at the Davilars. I don't want it to be too many people on at once where it becomes like difficult to follow and too many people talking at once or whatever. So I'm kind of thinking, you know, they can trade out for different bits. And Michelle's very like amazing and on board for all of this. You know, like maybe trade out for different sections to sort of be co-hosting with me. And then, you know, kind of every now and then having a different guest on. And so Aiden, this is where I was kind of thinking that like, as we hit different goals, I could have like different guests on. Or I could do the trivia thing again, because I actually really enjoyed doing the whole trivia thing last year. I did like a Jeopardy style sort of trivia thing that people played, and I made this whole PowerPoint, and it was fun having the different categories. Some were educational about Alzheimer's, and some were whiskey related, and some were just fun. I really liked that with a couple of guests on, and then maybe like a couple of the guests in person. It could be hard though with the in-person people. or just different people on, as we hit the goals. So Aiden might do something. I'm not gonna like give that one away, but it would be fun. But yeah, I'm trying to like figure out, and I feel like Michelle and I had talked about something and I didn't write it down. This is what happens when you don't write things down. But like how to, really tie in the whole getting to have people there in person, and do something with that, and the ability to trade out sort of deal. One thing I do always like is, I think the first year I did like a memories thing. So like people came on and talked about, just like certain special happy memories, especially of like someone maybe they lost to Alzheimer's. So Jason had come on and talked about his Nona who had dementia as she passed away. And Clifton was on, and like, people were just telling their stories in the chat and stuff. And I had like some slides. I got to do one on Tim Corney's wife. So I like having something like that where it's built in to like honor some of the people that we have lost. But like a trivia thing is like a clear, obvious, just like fun game for during the live stream sort of deal. I don't know. But then I have people and I'll get to do something in person. So I feel like I should take advantage of that. But my brain is very stuck in work mode and is struggling to jump. I'm trying to get all these sequencing type experiments to work in lab, and they're kind of parallel, but they're kind of different. And my brain's just very stuck on those. And I'm having a hard time switching over to the creative mode, and how do I, make something cool and creative that incorporates this in-person community thing. So if people have random ideas and it just hits you while you're drinking during Mash and Drum later or something, feel free to Instagram message me or email me, or if you know me, text me those ideas. I'm looking for them. So part of the stream. Some of it is actual info. Some of it is help. Please help. I'm only one person. Nick is always giving me ideas that require more work for me to do. He's like, oh, you should do all these extra things. And I'm like, do you realize how much more work that would be? Okay, back to my flight. Yeah, I don't know what is happening in the chat. Y'all are going off. So I'll say what? And it was something about wines. Gimbal Twas Brillig in this. Okay, I have no idea what just happened. Y'all are losing it. Oh, something about wine. Yeah, warp stabilizer is nice, but it can only do exactly. And it's get the shot right as you take it rather than, yeah. No, abso-freaking-lutely. Like what I should do is just have the gimbal all set up and everything. I just haven't figured out a good way to carry it on the trail that would keep it with all the settings right for the camera, because it's like it takes a bit to get all the like the balance basically on the camera. Especially I put a wide angle lens on my camera while I'm filming a lot of it, but you can't do that with the gimbal, so I have to take it off because there's off balance. And it's just like, so when I'm hiking with other people, if I'm doing it by myself, that's fine. I allot a lot of extra time in my hikes. It's absurd how long it takes me to go certain distances because I'm allotting so much, but it also gives me nice times to have breaks and catch my breath. People think I'm in shape. I'm not in shape. It's just edited out. You can't hear me breathing heavily, and you don't see all the breaks I have to take for filming stuff that gives me breaks on the hike. Okay, back to people's conversations. My brain's stuck on Band-Aid. Band-Aid stuck on me. Thanks for that, Sugar Kitty. That's going to be at least in my head, if not multiple others' heads. Kissing, we love what you're reading. Adriana, us the kiss system. We love what you were doing. Us the kiss system. Tim, what? Use the kiss system. What is the kiss system? Are we talking about Prince? Because my brain's immediately going to the Prince song. Kiss. Get people to send in videos. Remembering people who've lost but not. Oh, that would be really cute, which you could run to give you short breaks on stream. That would be super fucking cute. The link to your website works. Sweet. The donation link doesn't work. I've marked the 23rd, so no worries. Oh. Does a donation link work on my website? Maybe I just did it wrong. Okay, I'm gonna just grab that real quick. I don't want people to not be able to donate because I'm an idiot and put something wrong and just kept repeatedly doing that because I'm an idiot. Like, that would be annoying. But also, their website never works right the first go, so I always have to kind of putz around. Copy link to the clipboard. Let's see. Hopefully this works. Donation link. Boop. Hopefully that works. All right. 6:45, 15 minutes before Mash and Jim goes live. I know he's doing a couple fun blind flights. I think it said pre-birthday stuff, so that'll be fun. Ooh, that pour was better this time. Okay, if I had to guess, the problem is I'm immediately guessing bottles, so there's no point in me like guessing information. Here, I'm going to do that. Post that up. What Sim Coin are you joking about? That was a poem that contains the word gimbal, so I thought, oh, wow, I don't know that at all, Sugar Kitty. Keep it simple, stupid. Oh, okay, I'm with you now. Can scientists be idiots? Abso-fucking-lutely. Are you kidding? Just come to me any day in lab when I'm angry at dumb people. I promise you. Or angry at myself for having done something dumb and screwed up a major experiment. Like, we can be idiots. Okay, this first one is growing on me, but there's something at the end. And the finish is very short. That just is kind of disappointing. Like, it could be good, but it's not quite good. And my guess is that's the ECBP. That just feels very more familiar ECB profile at the very beginning, but it's just like, there it is, and it's gone. That's my first thoughts. Okay, all I can think is there not a thing in Vegas with the Jabberwockies? That's like all I can think of. I feel quite dumb. And my stepfather was an English professor. I don't know what poem this is, but I also never really liked poetry. He tried. I don't like poetry. It's not my thing. Some, I guess. I don't know. It's too a lot. It's just not rational. My dog's trying to open the door. Hands. Sorry. Let me. Sorry, as I yell at my dog into my mic. That is unusual for her, though, to do that. So it's like creepy. That if this is what I think it is, which I think it is, that Nulu is really yummy. That third one is still going wonky on me at the end. Really yummy up front. And then just turns a weird sharp turn into like almost kind of tasting like a rye. Whiskeys often do this to me. Like on days where my palate is off, that's what often happens. It does this weird sharp turn into like where the rye becomes more present to me, like the rye that's on the mash bill just naturally. And I don't know if that Jepson's is based on a high rye MGP mash bill or not. Storytime might know. They do great picks. And other days, I think this thing tastes like delicious bubblegum. Today's not that day. But let me find out if I'm actually right. What's the basis for Alice in Wonderland, if I'm not mistaken? Nope. Read that. Escher is more style than anything, though. Escher, like, as in the geometry guy? I don't know what we're talking about. Y'all are going into all kinds of nutty buddy thing. So it's supposed to pick fun at... Wait, what? Books were spoofs of supposed scientific works that were just drivel. That's why lots of it sounds like nonsense, because it's supposed to poke fun at... Yo, old science papers are actually like really fun to read. Also, it was so easy to publish back in the day. You just like sent in your ramblings about stuff, and because everything was new, it was published, and that was fine. Now you have to have 3 reviewers go over all the stuff, as everything has to be ridiculously perfect and with ridiculous supplemental. And I'm not even in the middle of publishing, and I'm going on a rant, but it's awful. And you're a scientist. Like, you're not a author, a writer. I don't know. Anyways, ideas for the Alzheimer's fundraiser. Let me make sure though that I hit on the things I want. So that's the link. It's going to be in person this year, which I'm super excited for. But I could use help in developing like how to sort of take advantage of that. I do like this idea about maybe people, if they want to send in like short little videos of like a favorite memory of someone that they care about, who has or had Alzheimer's. And unfortunately, anyone who had in the past tense does not mean they were cured. There is no current cure for Alzheimer's. We're working on it though. But you know, telling like a favorite memory, like I think it would be kind of fun to be able to share memories, or just like something about that. It doesn't have to be a specific memory. It could be, just like I want to quickly honor this person who had it kind of thing. So I always like incorporating that in. Boop, boop, boop. So we might auction or raffle, but there will be 2 special items in this, like separate prizes in this. Already there's a list, and if you have a bottle you'd like to donate for the Alzheimer's fundraiser, please let me know. There will be 2 special items: the Stag Junior Batch 1, first ever batch of Stag Junior, freaking A, and the Jim Beam 1795, which was not released in the United States. It was a special commemorative thing, like the last project of Booker No, and it's delicious. But very, very cool, unique bottle. So both of those have now been donated. Thank you, Chris Tats from Australia. They will have delayed deliveries because they will be coming from Australia. But 2 special prizes there. So maybe don't quite expect, like, there's a lot of amazing fundraisers, and like, to me, that's great. Like if our Alzheimer's fundraiser, doesn't raise as much as it has in the past, because there's so many other great fundraisers and people are finding causes special to their heart, and whiskey is helping to support those causes. That's a fucking plus. Like that means my fundraiser has helped other fundraisers to, become a thing in the whiskey community. So we're still winning. So also, if you're in a chat and I'm not in there and you want to drop and you're a wrench there or something and you want to like mention it and drop it, that would be great. Like raising awareness for it. And the more people that'll know, you're going to see me in the next month trying to be in more chats. Work is still work, but like I'm going to really put that extra effort into trying to be more present in more of the chats. And I mean, call it selfish. I just want to raise money for Alzheimer's. I'm not trying to like promote my channel at all. It is very much, this cause is that I got a PhD. I'm now working as a research scientist in an Alzheimer's research lab. I just got a promotion to research scientist. Like, so if you don't know that about me, like know that like this is my passion. That's why I do this. Like it is my life. My abuelo had Alzheimer's for 20 years. We lost him during the pandemic. I do my work because I'm extremely passionate about it. I do this fundraiser for the same reason. I don't do it to promote my channel. I don't do it to make money. If I wanted to make money, I would not be doing academic research. I promise you fucking that. So just keep that in mind. So if you could share it, that would be great. If you see me sharing it, please don't get annoyed, etc. If you see me pop onto other people's streams, I'm going to be reaching out to some of the big channels and asking if I can pop on and promote the fundraiser just real quickly. Don't get mad. That'll be it. Okay, I'm gonna do the reveal on these. I'm so behind in chat now because I just went on that long ass thing donating a hitter blind fly. Oh, okay. It's so funny because just earlier I was updating and I was like, I feel like Bashville told me something and I don't know if I put it in or not. There will be a beam tag Casey. Oh, nice. Okay, can you text or Instagram DM me? Because we've messaged that way before. Or text. I think you have my text. My phone number. Oh, no way. Well, that'll be fun. Happy birthday to you on the day of the fundraiser. That is so cool. Okay, I probably missed some things and I apologize for that. We know it's not self-serving for your channel. This cause is what you're at. Thank you. Yeah, good. I want to make it clear, I want to like, I often gain subscribers because other channels, pitch this fundraiser or whatever. And it's like, if everybody who comes doesn't subscribe and unsubscribes if they're already unsubscribed, I will be just as happy like at raising the same exact amount of money as I would if people subscribe. Like there's literally nothing to do with that. So just saying you quick. Oh, sweet. Thank you. It is my phone. Sorry, it's on silent for the stream. So, okay. I have a Mac and not an iPhone. I have a Samsung because Samsung's better. So I can't just that up. So I'm just going to show this to y'all real quick. And hopefully you can see how beautiful that 1790. I just love like even the bottle design. So that's that special Jim Beam 200-year commemorative release. Ooh, right next to a Baker's. I see that Baker's back there. I love Baker's. That was not released in the United States and will be in the fundraiser. Oh, everything is yellow. It's readapting. We're good. So super excited for that. Okay, we have about 5 minutes left. Let's find out which was which. I thought my first one was ECBP, middle one was the Nulu, and third one was the Jepsons. Also, this is a great way to like initially just start doing blind flights, like know what's in it and just see if you can't figure out which one is which. It kind of helps tell you what are the recognizable notes of that whiskey, if that makes any sense. I think we all try to start at like step 5 in the like doing blind flight experience kind of thing. And I don't know, when you're just trying to be chill and distracted, this is a good way to do it. So D was my first one. So I didn't put them in any order when I did this. That's the one I thought was ECBP. So I'm going to, so Agent and Or kit, super cool. It has the little thing that says, oh, you're not going to be able to tell but I promise it says D on it. And then it says Agent Or on the other side, like their emblem. That was the ECBP. So like I said, I don't know. I wouldn't get it. I mean, I have it and I'll try to do a review on it on the trail. I like the A123 a shit ton fucking better. Oh, so the middle one, actually, I'm doing this backwards. But also Agent Or flight, great way to do a flight, blind flight for yourself. So this was C. This was the one I thought was the Nulu. So let us see. Oh, what? I was 99% sure. Oh, shit. So my favorite one was, well, that's proof that I was not lying and not knowing what, was the Jepsons pick. Shit. This was by Storytime with Livewire whiskey. And this is my second bottle of it. I obsessed. Love it. Which is why I was so annoyed that I wasn't liking it as much. It was still my favorite, turns out. But I 100% thought it was finished in this flight. So apparently, and I knew this about myself, I'm not that into finished whiskeys. So, boop, 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 boop. So the third one must be B, bravo. Yep, B. So maybe just drinking it after all that other stuff just really threw it off, because I've really enjoyed this one in the past. So maybe having the finished after these ones in the same way that weeders act weirdly in a blind flight really threw me for a loop. So I'd be terrible at Matt Madness Hardcore, as proven by the fact I made it into Matt Madness. I did like the pre-qualifiers and I made it in, but I lost on the first round against David from Shelters. I'm still mad about that. It was still a lot of fun though. And I dressed up like a chola. It was fun. If you didn't see it, you should watch some clips. It was fun. All right. And then I do also real quick want to do my Patreon giveaway. So, I need to zoom out in order to be able to share the screen. Y'all, you do not know how bad, even with glasses, my eyesight is. Present, share screen, Chrome tab, this one, there you go. So you should see this. This is all I do. I'm only going to randomize it the one time. Oh! Okay, so I will write down that she won. But in case she doesn't win it, this is my absolute best friend since I was 3 years old. She was 2 years old, and who was just in Glacier with me. But in case she doesn't want it, I'm going to do it one more time. So this is just a prize where you can pick either merch or a couple samples from my whole collection. And that's my brother. Okay, we're skipping my brother. Sorry, Antonio. He's not watching. It'll be fine. I don't think he's watching. Stephen Holtzclaw. There we go. Wow, that looked really... But see, I was not... it was not rigged. You all saw how legit it was. So, okay. My bad. Doop, boop, boop, boop. Yes, Chris, that would actually be super cool. Would you like me to reach out to Fred? No, see if he could do a short note on it. That would be really cool. Perhaps with a bottle of this on your, yeah, if you could reach out to him and he could do just like a short little thing that I could share with it, that would be really cool. And also, like, then it would be like Fred, like somebody from Jim Beam, and like Fred knows I exist. Like, does he know how much I love Jim Beam and Knob Creek, especially? Like, I would fangirl to death into a puddle, basically. Uh, so I know that Mash and Drum is probably just getting started, but I want to catch up. That probably is in fact the best bottle there. Which one? The Jepsons or the Nula? It is so good. Somebody said pour some Bakers. Yes, you should. I just finished my last bottle of Baker. I only have one at a time. Let's calm down. But I need to get a new one. Maybe next paycheck. Trying to figure out a budget. Student loans. Kick my butt. There's a pic from about boop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Oh man, I missed how Glacier was. I need to get some. I'm so sorry. I didn't talk much about Glacier today. I will do a post soon. And soon, very soon, my Woodford and my other video that I filmed up there, which was like a distillery head-to-head outdoors. So 2 videos that I filmed in Glacier with lots of Glacier footage. It was so I'm obsessed with Glacier National Park. I've always wanted to go there, and I got to go, and it was everything and more than I hoped it would be. There were icebergs in the fucking lake. I cannot wait to go back and go to some of the other lakes, like some of the other trails that were closed still. A lot of it like opened up the week that we were there. So just because of snow and everything, even though it was mid-June. That is Montana. But I gotta go to Montana. So anyways, Alzheimer's fundraiser are the takeaways tonight. It is 7:02, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Alzheimer's fundraiser, please, 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 please. If you can share it on your Instagrams, any other whiskey, if you're in a whiskey group, share it with that whiskey group. Be like, yo, you could win some really cool prizes. There's gonna be awesome bottles. Just check out whiskeymountains.com and you'll see like the whole prize list. I'm gonna keep updating that. If you want to donate a prize, just message me, Instagram or email. July 23rd. 8 p.m. Eastern. Always have to translate. I'm in Mountain Time. You can enter early, anytime beforehand. You'll be entered. You don't have to be there to win. I'll be contacting all the winners that night. I stay up late every night after the Alzheimer's fundraiser and contact all the winners. Every single fucking dollar of this goes to the Alzheimer's Association. This helps families. This helps caretakers. It gives them information and just like care services and stuff. And also helps research. I'm not currently funded by this, so none of them helps me. I do Alzheimer's research. It's my passion. I fucking love it. It's the coolest thing ever. Like that I get to do this fundraiser and whiskey gets to help Alzheimer's. Like that's doesn't make sense, but does. I thought about making a t-shirt for it and like the proceeds of the t-shirt going to it, but I don't have something clever for the t-shirt. So if you have something clever you think would be funny and might sell as a t-shirt, and then all the profit could go towards the Alzheimer's Association, let me know. I'll play around. I'm not great in Illustrator, but I'll play around. And that's it. So Jepson's won, and I thought it was a Finnish fucking Nulu. So maybe don't come to me for expertise on whiskey. Alzheimer's, yes. Whiskey, no. Whiskey and trails, yes. So, and I'm probably going to try and film my Woodford thing. Maybe not, because my palette is way off today. Maybe not. I'll see y'all in the Mash and Drum live stream. So thanks so much for joining me. I'm going to try and do this right for once and press in broadcast a few seconds early. So thanks so much for joining me on Whiskey Mountains. Salud.